Love and light, family. I was divinely inspired to make this video and let you guys in on my life regarding me and who I really am deep within my heart and my soul. So you can see and know the reason as to why I am here, yet alone why I do what I do in regards to attempting to enlighten individuals in regards to the importance of healing, of getting to know oneself, as well as building a relationship with God. Now, in no way, shape, or form am I making this video to bash anyone in no way, shape, or form, nor am I attempting to place the blame, point the finger, play the victim, none of the above. I'm simply attempting to expose myself in regards to my emotions and my feelings, to show a vulnerable side of myself that I have not been able to show to anyone in a very long time. And no, this is not my story. I've attempted to try and share my story numerous times on my platform, which was the initial reason as to why I created my platform. But after creating the platform and attempting to share my story, it's become known that individuals really don't care. So I completely stopped attempting to try and share my story. This is more so along the lines of my truth pertaining to me and my life and how I made it here, and the reasons as to why I want to make a difference within this world with doing what I do. See, I have a really hard time expressing my emotions and my feelings. I can articulate them and process them because I'm a very emotionally intellectual individual. I've learned the art of mastering my emotions. I just haven't been able to express how I truly feel regarding anything, especially love, when those moments arise at those points in time. And it stems from, most recently, within my last situation that I was in, I exposed myself in such a way that made me feel so vulnerable, giving someone my heart, my soul, and my trust, only for it all to be taken for granted and betrayed in the end. And it was extremely painful. And with that, it has aided in the hindrance of forward progress within my life in so many ways, to the point to where I am honestly happy for the trials and tribulations, the lessons, the obstacles, all of the above. I'm truly grateful for every experience I had to go through throughout my life. Because in all honesty, without those experiences, enduring those hardships, I wouldn't be the man that I am today. But if I may be honest, it's only broken me down and dimmed my light, bruised my self-esteem, completely eviscerated the confidence that I once had within myself. And it just aided to those feelings that I once felt as a child, reopening up those childhood wounds that I had with feeling undeserving, unworthy, and unloved. See, as a kid, I grew up in a single parent household with brothers and sisters, meaning that my mom, she had to provide, working numerous jobs around the clock in order to take care of me and my brothers and my sisters, which meant that she didn't really have the time to give us that love, affection, and attention that we needed as children growing up, which meant that I had to rely on myself and be a independent, self-sufficient individual, which took away from my childhood, in all honesty. And nothing against my mother in no way, shape, or form. I truly do appreciate all that she has done for me in regards to providing for me, taking care of me, as well as teaching me what it was that she taught me as a child growing up on how to survive, how to maintain, how to provide for myself, how to do for myself, and taught me those things that were very important for me to not necessarily need a woman in my life in order for me to sustain, survive, and live. So I truly do appreciate, her for everything it is that she did teach me. But with her being absent in order to take care of us, there were things that I had to miss out on as well as attempt to try and figure out on my own in regards to my feelings, my emotions, and what it really meant to love. And not only that, not necessarily having my dad in my life, not being able to know him, have a relationship or a bond with him, even though we knew of each other, him making that conscious decision to just not be there, that only added more pain, trauma, and turmoil within my life as a child growing up, which made the wound of feeling undeserving and unloving even more unbearable. And as I began to progress throughout life, getting older, dealing with women, engaging in different relationships without actually experiencing love, true love, honest love, real love. I never really knew how to present that love to anyone else in a healthy fashion. So that only aided into more more pain, more damage, more hurt, resulting in many, many failed relationships. And when I finally did get to a point in my life to where I felt like I knew how to give that healthy love, that trust, that honesty, everything it was that I didn't receive as a kid, when I finally found that person that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with at that time, as a man, I felt that I needed to change my ways if I wanted this relationship to last, because I knew deep down in my heart that this was the person that I wanted to be with, that I wanted to start a family with, that I wanted to build with, that I wanted to be with forever, despite whatever flaws, insecurities, pain, or trauma that they may have endured within their life. I was more than willing to accept them for that and attempt to better myself in so many ways, as well as attempt to change into a new man from the person that I used to portray myself to be. And like all relationships, trials and tribulations, speed bumps, comes with the territory. Everything was all good until it wasn't. And it sucks to say that it wasn't it wasn't until after having a kid with this individual did things seem to down spiral in a way in which I was completely oblivious to, because my mindset completely shifted once the reality set in that we were having a kid together, and that my life was solely no longer just about me, and that I had to be a man and step up to the plate and provide for another being that didn't ask to be here. My seed, my child, my little mini me. And so, with my mind completely shifting to how can I provide for my child, for her child from her previous marriage, as well as her, I didn't understand, yet alone realize that the course of the relationship was taking a turn, because in some form or fashion, I feel as if she knew that once my daughter came, that she was going to take her place. And then to some degree, that statement, it was honestly true, because I knew deep down within my heart at any given moment, at the blink of an eye, that she could decide that she wasn't happy and that she didn't want to be with me anymore and that she was leaving. And the only thing that I would have that would tie me to that relationship or keep me bound to her in some way, shape, or form was my daughter. And she made that very clear whenever we decided to go separate ways. She made that very clear. And all I really wanted to do with us going separate ways, granted it was a mutual decision to some degree, the only thing I ever asked of her was to not take my child away from me, not to keep her from me, not to cut me out of her life, because that's all I really wanted to do, was to be in my kid's life, to love her, to provide for her, and to see her grow up. And the first thing she did whenever we decided to go separate ways was take my child and move to a completely different state. And me being the person that I am, a compassionate individual and an understanding individual, I didn't fight as hard as I should have fought to keep my child here, because the fact of the matter is that I know that she was homesick and she wanted to go back home and be around her family. And I know she also had hopes and dreams of her own. And I didn't want to be that person to come in between her following her dreams. So I didn't really press the issue. And I also understood that her mother and father had just had COVID twice within a matter of months, along with double pneumonia, to the point to where they both was on their deathbeds in the hospital both times. I couldn't see myself being that individual to be selfish and not give them the opportunity to spend some time with their grandchild, being my daughter. I couldn't be that individual because I understood that life isn't promised tomorrow. We can go at any given time whenever God decides to call us home. So I didn't press the issue. But all I asked was for her to please not cut me out of my baby's life. To please let me be that dad that I want to be. That I know that I can be. That I know that I'm deserving to be. And when she was here in my presence, she made it seem as if, yes, she would never do that. But as soon as she left, the real her came out, and she showed me better than she could tell me, which is what I knew what was going to happen. Hence the reason I had initiated child custody battles, or the child custody battle, with gaining a lawyer and trying to go through the court system so that I could have equal rights pertaining to my child, because that's all I wanted to do, was be in my child's life. And even that didn't go over for me so well. I was completely screwed in all ways, shapes, and forms when it came to the court system. And there was nothing that I could really do about it besides sit there and take it and let it be, to the point to where it damn near defeated me. It almost took me out. I faced so much anxiety, depression, stress, turmoil, and agony. It brought about a level of PTSD, because it began to reopen up those childhood wounds that I had, those inner child wounds that I had as a child, of knowing what it feels like to not have my father in my life. And on top of that, what made it even worse was that it was replaying over again, but with me being the father this time. So now I know what it felt like on both ends of the spectrum. Which was, that was a double whammy. And boy, when I say it brought about a level of stress, anxiety, depression, trauma, and turmoil. I lost so much weight, I could just about wrap my belt around my waist 2 times. It affected me so profoundly to the point to where I almost had a mental breakdown because I had to go through it all by myself, in all honesty. It affected me mentally, physically, spiritually, as well as financially, to the point to where I really lost everything: family, friends, jobs, finances. I lost it all. And I was left to suffer and deal with it all alone. No support, no helping hands, not even a shoulder to lean on. And the only advice that I could ever get from anyone that felt the need to give me some advice was, it's okay. Give it time. It'll work itself out. Be a man. And honestly, that advice really did me no justice. It seemed as if it only made matters worse. But even still, I had to deal with it because I know that my little girl was dependent on me. And so that's what I did. I suffered and I went within and I attempted to heal myself in every aspect of my life, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And I came out on the other side after getting to know myself, as well as getting to know God and building that that relationship, that bond, that solid foundation with Him. But even still, being where I'm at within my life now on the other side, for the life of me, it just felt like I still wasn't seeing no type of forward progress. Like I was still holding on or being held back to some degree regarding my finances, my confidence, my love life, just all the way around. And then I came to the realization that I hadn't 100 wholeheartedly let go, because the fact of the matter is that I'm still not ready or willing and able to engage in a relationship with someone else, even though that's what my heart and my soul desires deep down in my core. And I had to sit back and attempt to figure out why is it that I can't necessarily move forward and attempt to get into a relationship and move on with my life as normal people would. And it all came back to the fact of the love that I have within my heart, my soul, my mind, my body, and my spirit. I can't see myself attempting to give that to anyone in regards to a relationship when all of that love belongs to my daughter. It should go to her first and foremost. Therefore, it wouldn't be fair to the person that I attempt to entertain in regards to trying to be with them, because I know that my heart wouldn't be there. I wouldn't be able to give them all of me because a large portion of myself would be absent. So it wouldn't be fair to them. And I also couldn't see myself getting serious with anybody attempting to start a family and have children with them, because that wouldn't be fair to my daughter either, to go and provide for another child and give another child love that she deserves more than anything, because she was here first and she deserves that love equally as well. So I completely shut myself off from relationships. And coming to that realization has only helped me to see how much of an impact that previous situation honestly had on me in my life in regards to love and financial stability. And I guess the main reason as to why it honestly had such a profound effect on me, because the last conversation that I had with my father, which was a few years ago, and I've forgiven him for, this statement, as well as everything else that has transpired within my lifetime pertaining to him, because I see and I know and I understand how it feels now, even without necessarily knowing his side of the story. But to be in his shoes now, as a man myself, I understand. Therefore, I forgave him. But the last thing he honestly said to me a few years ago was that you can't love what you didn't have. And even as a man at that time, that still hurt. That hurt me deeply. Because as a child, yet alone at any point in time throughout my life, all I ever really wanted to do was to get to know him, to have a relationship with him, to have his last name, to be able to experience what my brothers and sisters on his side of the family got to experience. But I didn't. And with that statement that he said, I made that vow right then and there that I would never put my daughter through that. I would never make her feel that way. I would never utter those words. I would never abandon her. And I would never make her feel as if she is alone nor unloved. Hence the reason as to why I made sure that she has my last name. Why I go above and beyond in attempts to try and provide for her when I did have her, as well as whenever I do have her. That's why I make sure that every time I get the opportunity to see her, once in every blue moon, whenever her mother attempts to allow it to happen, I make sure I get as many photos and videos as I can, because the only memories that I honestly have was from the time that she was born, back when COVID first came out. I quit my job and I stayed at home with her for 15 months to alleviate us from having to deal with childcare. And I built that bond, that relationship with my daughter, and I loved it. I cherished every moment. I wouldn't have traded it for the world. And I know that not too many guys get that opportunity to experience that. So I valued that and I cherished that unlike no other. I truly did. And so since the time that her mother and I went separate ways and she took my daughter to a different state and completely cut contact off from me, the only thing that I've actually had to help me to survive and keep on going outside of God would be the photos and the videos, the memories that I've had with her throughout this lifetime. And I'm glad I got that opportunity. I'm glad I was able to build that bond. I'm glad that God blessed me with that opportunity to be a father. I'm glad he deemed me worthy and deserving. And with that, I just can't seem to let go of not being able to be in my daughter's life, or not have that opportunity to be her father, to give her the love that I possess within my body, within my heart, within my soul and my spirit. I can't fathom having to wait until she turns 18, hoping that she gives me that opportunity to make up for lost time, hoping that she's more than willing to get to know me for who I am, despite whatever false narrative was given to her throughout her childhood growing up about me. I can't do that. I can't be that person. I'm not that guy. And if anybody feels some type of way and, want to talk about me and say whatever, I got thick skin, I don't care. I'm cut from a different cloth. This is the way God made me, and I am made in His image. And I'm grateful for the individual that He created me to be. So, with coming to that realization that I can't seem to move forward within my life in regards to attempting to be with someone else and start a family with someone else, because I truly do desire it deep down within my heart. I am so ready to meet someone, to be in love, to give the love that I have within my heart to someone else. And I desire more than anything to have more kids, to have a family. I desire to give all of me to someone else. But I can't do that until I can offer that and provide that to my daughter first. Because she deserves it too. So I decided that I wasn't going to give up, that I wasn't going to give in, I wasn't going to break, bend, nor fold. I was not going to tuck my tail and shrug my shoulders and bow out gracefully and walk away to preserve my peace and my sanity. Because my daughter means so much more to me than anything, more than money itself. And I know that, especially being a kid in that position at one point in time throughout my life, I know that the time, the energy, the love, the relationship, and that bond, I know that means more than money, because that's what it meant to me as a kid growing up. I didn't care for the money, and I still don't care for the money. I'm not a materialistic individual, and I never have been. So, with that being said, my daughter deserves more than just a child support payment here and there, a random FaceTime here and there whenever her mother allows it to happen. She deserves me, all of me, and everything it is that I have to provide to her outside of money. Because my job as a father, it doesn't only entail providing in regards to finances. It also entails love, protection, as well as teaching. And in all honesty, I haven't been able to provide my daughter with any of that, especially since the mother of my child got the judgment from the court systems, giving her all of the parental rights due to the negligence of my lawyer not fighting for me the way that she should have when she was supposed to, as she was hired to do. So with that being said, me being the person that I am, with the love that I have within my heart, my mind, my body, my soul, and my spirit in regards to my daughter, I decided to pick up a job outside of me doing my platform, because I'm honestly not making any type of funds in regards to my platform. I don't ask people for money. I'm not looking for money. when it comes to me doing what I do on this platform. This is God's work that I do, so I don't ask for money, not even donations, even though I do have my Cash App in my description box. But I decided to exhaust all of my funds after picking up a job to aid in me fighting for my daughter once again in attempts to try and make this matter right and just. Because I've honestly given her mother ample time to attempt to make things right in regards to allowing me to be in my daughter's life. But as it seems, with all the time that has passed, it's not going to happen if I sit around and wait for her. And I've given her 1 year too many. And me and my daughter have waited 1 day too long of separation and no contact from one another. So I've decided to take this matter back to court and let it be known that I'm coming for you, baby girl. Your daddy is a man of his word, and he will not be told that he cannot be in your life in no way, shape, or form by anybody, because you are my child, as I am your father. And I am entitled to being in your life the way that I see fit, considering that I went half on creating you. So know that I'm coming for you, baby girl. Everything is already transpiring in regards to lawyers being paid for, paperwork being drawn out, court proceedings about to be in process. I'm coming for you. And I'm bringing out all the big guns for this one right here, because this will be made right. And any and everybody that stands in my way will get trampled. I don't care who has to get dealt with in regards to this matter right here, because I know of everything that transpired behind the scenes regarding this. When it came to individuals' mamas, daddies, and everything else. I'm not gonna say too much, but I'm coming for you, baby girl. But even if things do not work out the way that I hope for them to work out, I just want you to know that I was divinely inspired to create the platform that I created. I was divinely inspired. And through my platform, through me showing my healing journey, my process, everything it is that I've been doing, this is all to show you my side of the story in regards to what it is that I was more than willing to do for you, so that whenever you get older, you can look back and see what transpired at that time and not have to lead your life based off of false narratives about me. I want you to actually see me for who I am as well as what it is that I did and what it was I was trying to do in regards to fighting for you. I want you to know it and see it as living proof versus hearsay, because there's always two sides to a story. And then there's the truth. So here's my truth right here. And know that I'm fighting for you. And not only am I fighting for you in regards to me healing, creating this platform to show you better than I could tell you, yet alone retrying this whole court process all over again. I created an entire petition for you in attempts to really bring about equality when it comes to co-parenting and child custody, as well as child support. Because it seems as if, in all honesty, the males always seem to get the short end of the stick, having to be the ones who have to suffer in silence, having to live in survival mode, picking up numerous jobs, working themselves to the bone, damn near till death, in attempts to try and provide for two households, not actually being able to live their own lives, having to abandon their children due to not necessarily being allotted that opportunity because of the mother creating false narratives and stirring up so much drama and toxicity and bitterness, leaving the male to make the choice of just settling for paying the child support because his peace meant more to him than dealing with the extra pertaining to that woman. And for a minute there, I almost gave in and let it go. And I would have gave in and let it go if your mama wouldn't have been being as ignorant and as petty as she has been by not letting me be in your life. But considering that she did choose that course of action, here's my course of action. I'm coming for you. And for anybody out there that would like to potentially check out my petition that I have, it's on change.org. I will try and link it to this video in the comments, or in some way, shape, or form. I will definitely attempt to try and link it to this video so that you can read it and support it if you so choose to. And also, if anybody would like to reach out to me in regards to this movement that I'm attempting to do, because this isn't solely just for me and my child. This is for everybody else out there that goes through the same thing, especially all you guys out there that go through the same exact thing pertaining to women not allowing you that opportunity to be in your child's life, and then feeding your kid a false narrative while using you for funds and still calling you a deadbeat, while you sit back and hope that your child is more than willing to let you be in their life whenever they get of age. This is for you too, and your kids. So I will definitely link that QR code pertaining to that petition to this video. And if anybody would like to potentially donate to me, my platform, and this cause, my Cash App is P.O.U.R 888. You can donate there. I also have my email as well as my Cash App inside the description box, so you can reach out to me and or donate if you so choose to. But at the end of the day, when it comes to any negative comments regarding me, this matter, and how I'm choosing to go about this, guess what? I'm going to tell you right now, I really don't care. But honestly, you could go ahead and come on with it, because I got thick skin and I'm ready for whatever it is you got to say. It is what it is. This is happening one way or another. But I truly do appreciate you guys for the love and support that I have gotten. Thank you for being here with me within my healing journey and this process, as I've exposed myself in so many different ways, and today being the day that I've exposed a vulnerable side of myself at a core level. Whether individuals accept it or not, it makes no difference to me, because honestly, I'm not seeking outside validation, because this is me and who I am authentically. But again, this is happening for my kids and for your kids and for all those males out there that need that support and that help in regards to these same type of issues. We have to make a change for these kids, because they deserve that. And this is where it starts. So again, I will definitely link that QR code pertaining to the petition to this video, either in the comments or as the photo subtitle before you actually click on the video. And my email, as well as my Cash App, is in the description box on my page. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you so choose to. And feel free to donate if you so choose to. It would be highly appreciated. But at the end of the day, I would much rather seek your support in regards to this mission that I am attempting to try and accomplish for these children. Because these children honestly do need father figures within their lives. And it has to start somewhere. So, again, thank you in advance. I love you all. Love and light. Stay blessed. And I am divinely one of a kind. Much love.